Play the video of the guy barfing on himself.
Say his name, Pablo.
I don't know his name. What's his name?
Hold on a second. You got to give him a heads up so they get that ready.
That.
Yes!
Why are we? I did not respond to this.
Oh, Lucy, I think that's the guy that stole your credit card at Buffalo Wild Wings.
He bought lemonade.
That's
I
lemonade?
once fired a guy for doing this. The milk challenge.
Wait.
You fired a guy
Samson
for getting
is-
sick?
What?
Yep.
What? Why?
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
Do you know what this video is?
So this is the July 4th Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest undercard, in which they are chugging lemonade. And I believe, is that Eric Badlands Booker who won?
It's a gallon
I hope
of
it
lemonade.
is.
Yes,
Otherwise,
Pablo, it is.
thank you. Not racist. Eric Badlands Booker. Champion, hand encouragingly on the shoulder of that dude whose name is...
Airsoft Fatty.
Did he do that in 21 seconds?
Yeah, it was a world record. A gallon of lemonade.
It's
Sports.
it's insane.
And you would fire somebody for that.
So we had a player pay a ball boy to drink a gallon of milk.
Hold on.
And do you know that you cannot drink a gallon of milk without vomiting? There's a little known fact.
It's a myth.
No, it's not a myth.
Definitely a myth.
It's I watched it. It's not a myth.
Well, who's going to try it now?
Don't. Do not. We're not doing that.
Can we get a top 5 list
Who
at
wants
some
to get
point?
fired?
At some point in the show
Of myths?
No. Of ridiculous reasons why David Samson has fired someone. I fired someone for throwing up? That's got to be number 1.
No, it's not.
Wait, hold on.
It
Let's
probably
not-
wouldn't even make my
let's-
top 5, but
What? Oh, I was joking.
So
but I need
OLI,
this
do we
list.
have the sound?
No, we got to give him some time. You
I
got to
don't
give him
have
some
a
time.
top 5 off the top of my head because
But we'll start with OLI, the time that someone puked because a player made them chug a gallon of
So a
milk.
player paid a ball boy, and the ball boy did it and puked. And way too dangerous. You can die from doing it. You can go to the hospital from doing it. We weren't going to release the player, though we were upset with the player.
Who was it?
But we said to the ball boy that's it. Sorry. You're done. You cannot just do things for players like that.
Huh.
Can we guess which player did that?
You could guess, though I don't think that you will be able
Melky
to.
Cabrera.
Melky Cabrera.
Well played.
Was it Mike
Melky Cabrera was never a Marlin. or an
Antonio
Expo.
Alfonseca?
Going for the joke here, buddy.
Whoa, what was the joke?
Because it was
Milk.
milk. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't hear Melky.
It's
Milky.
funnier when you have to explain it. No, it was
Way funnier.
good by you.
Thank you so much.
So when did you called him in the same day, the next day, or?
Did he change shirts?
It was
So this player paid how much?
it's less than you'd think. You can get people to do a lot of things for not a lot of money. It's really quite staggering. It is. It's sort of the Divine Brown situation.
So
But-
can I ask a question? I don't. So this.
Hold on,
It's a
my
reference.
mental computer is processing 19,000 Divine Brown jokes.
This yes, and I hope they're being deleted as we speak.
As you're
Yep.
processing.
This ball boy got fired. Why? So what's the justification? Assuming that you're a lawyer and you're prepared for
Well,
any sort.
they're all at will.
right.
So I
okay,
don't.
so you don't have to.
No.
But anyway, I still think that you had to tell. What did you tell him his reason for being let go was?
Well, one of the most common reasons that you fire people is when they're not doing their job. They're instead hanging out with players, or they're watching BP, or they're doing things that they shouldn't. You're in the
watching
sales
UP?
department. They shouldn't be watching BP.
Noted.
That's not your job. Your job is to be in sales. Or if you're in in-game entertainment, what are you doing? On the field, things like that, or why are you coming down to the clubhouse and getting autographs? Why are you taking tickets and reselling them? It's things that are not your job and you get fired for. So ball boys, they have a hard job. It's really a brutal job. You're working for tips. You're cleaning up crap. You're doing favors for players all the time. And when a player asks you to do something, they're always going to do it. That would be a top 5 list, things that players have asked.
Okay.
And I think you can appreciate this.
we got two top 5 lists coming from you later in the show.
They will. Yes.
Putting it in the doc.
I think that you'll appreciate the top 5 things that have been asked by players.
I can't wait.
because you'll relate to it. I mean,
No, I mean we do. So football is different. We're not as much. We're not around the facility nearly as much. We're not traveling as much. So like we mostly do the things for ourselves and like maybe have rookies do stuff. But we don't have the same relationship where you're baseball players. You're there every day. You're traveling all the time. So I would understand why the relationship with ball boys might be different. But I still haven't gotten to understand why you would fire the ball boy after you just said that they don't say no to anyone. It would seem that
we
the
need
person,
them just to have the judgment to know what to do and what not to do. Judgment's a big part of being a. Were you ever a bat boy or ball boy?
I was not. Oh yeah, I'm assuming you're talking to me.
I
You're
was.
looking at me. Yeah.
well, I mean, judgment's a big part of being a human being. So like,
He's looking at the person who has the most ball boy energy behind the glass, and
I
Billy
would
was
think
like,
if
"Yeah, that's probably
anyone
me."
would be a ball boy, it would be you, Billy, as a
No.
Marlin fan growing up. You never got a chance to be a guest bat boy or ball boy?
No, is that a thing they do?
Yes.
Really?
never too late.
Yes.
It's too late. Yeah.
They're-
Even though it's
he's too
not.
old.
'Cause am I? I
Yeah.
feel like it's like an old person job now,
Yeah.
right?
No.
Because after Dusty Baker's kid ran on the field
Well,
at 3 years old, then they made it like you have to be 18.
Right.
And then like at
Yes.
18, you also kind of lose the like, I want to be a ball boy. Or most people do.
There was recently, and by the way, bat boy, ball boy,
I'm using them interchangeably.
just a
but
point of
they
clarification.
are different.
So there's a bat boy and ball boy who travels with them on the road. That's not an adult.
No.
Oh, it's
There's
not.
clubbies who travel on the road.
and they do the
Like
bat boy.
you have to supply bat boys for the road team and the home team, and you supply clubbies. The road clubhouse has its own clubbies that are paid for by the home team.
So you fired him because he has poor judgment.
I'm trying to think if there's a better reason to fire somebody.
Was it Brad Penny?
Lack of.
Was it $500? There was an article about it.
No, there's.
Someone came in and told me. So unless there
I
was
just
a,
found the
a
article.
spy, yeah, then
Suspended bat boy mulling 2 offers, August 25th, 2005. Got milk, ? An unidentified Florida Marlins bat boy does. Bat boy, bat person. After the bat boy was suspended 6 games for accepting a dare from Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher Brad Penny, a former Marlin, to drink a gallon of milk in less than an hour without vomiting, the Milk Processor Education Program wants to compensate him.
Well, hold on a second. I have a question for you. If Brad Penny was still on the Marlins and this was a home player doing this to like a home bat person, would you have still fired said bat person?
Yeah.
And you don't think there would have been like outrage? It's easier when it's like a
Yes.
road team.
There's always outrage.
Really?
They're very protective of the guys. There's always player outrage when you do anything. When you release a player, when you trade a player, when you create any difference within their environment, there are always people who are upset. What if Dan did something different around here? You guys, I don't know. Would you care?
Did the milk cause like damage? Like did you have to replace a carpet or something?
No.
Like what damage was done other than to the person?
That's it. I don't recall seeing a bill for damaged property.
I mean, it seems like you made this is actually, the more we talk about it, actually seems like a more justifiable fire. I still don't think that it should have happened, but it seemed like you made a calculation that the value of this bat boy is not worth the risk of him eventually doing something that would hurt himself and then eventually having you guys be sued.
Well, yes.
Right,
I mean
yeah.
that is the equation that you do often. I mean, when you're firing at somebody, you're thinking that somebody who replaces them can be better and do better.
Is there no process, like a first offense, you get a suspension?
There should be, but generally the process is what a CEO wants the process to be when you're not in the legal system. Obviously, the legal system, there's due process. When you're not covered by a union and these employees are not unionized.
That's why we love unions, David. Me and you both.
I get
Love
it.
'em.
It gives you a process.
I mean, the union actually is more valuable to you than it is to me, but that's a whole nother conversation for another time. Maybe for a sporting class, we can talk about how it gives you antitrust exemption, protects the league more than it does the
I'm going to
players.
put this in.
So the bat boy went on Letterman
Here's-
after this happened and said, quote, honestly, they never told me the reason for the suspension, he said. I guess I got in trouble for supposedly gambling, but it was a dare. The money was just an extra part of the dare.
I have no recollection of that.
He went on Letterman?
That is
A week later.
unbelievable.
Was his name Nick Cirillo?
I can't.
He was 19 years old. He said he drank the milk in 59 minutes, but then vomited outside the clubhouse. So he did not collect the money.
Wait, 59 minutes?
You cannot drink a gallon of milk in an hour without vomiting. I'm not talking about the lemonade thing.
I was picturing him chugging it all.
That is, I mean, it's.
59.
It's like a sad lunch.
Do you know how much No, we're talking about a gallon, not the quart.
No, we
the
know
big.
what a
What if it's a gallon of milk but in ice cream form? You guys think you could do that?
How much ice cream is a gallon of milk? It's more than a gallon of ice cream. So I believe if you did the math, let's say it's 4 gallons of ice cream, you probably could not do that.
It sounds like you think you could eat a gallon of ice cream, though.
I've never done it, but there are people who do.
The Marlins.
I don't think it makes you sick, actually.
The Marlins in this story, quote, have declined to comment. Cirillo, a bat boy the past 5 years, said he hopes to return for the next homestand beginning September 16th. Quote, I really miss working there, Cirillo said. I hope I can get back there soon. End quote.
Let me ask you something. If you fire someone and then they go on David Letterman, are you going to hire them back? Because it seems like Nick Cirillo made the wrong decision there.
I mean, you're on Letterman.
This was great for him. Where's Chris Cody when you need him? I mean, sounds like he wouldn't have gotten on Letterman if he didn't do the dare.
I mean, for sure. And he got 15 minutes.
If this were the TikTok era, he would have 1 million followers right now. He'd
Oh
have
my
a TikTok
God.
shop. He'd be selling milk merch.
He
Like, it'd be a
hawk-tued
whole
that
thing.
milk. The other reason I think David Samson's going to die soon is because joining us on Zoom is former Marlins bat boy Nick Cirillo.
What?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Nick, welcome.
going on?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Do you remember this man? This man here in the white polo shirt waving.
Hey,
How are
what's
you,
happening,
man?
bud?
Wow, it's been a
Long
minute.
time no see.
It's been a
I've
minute.
said more words. I've said more words to you just now than I've ever said in my whole life.
Nick, we've been talking about what happened to you. David Samson presented the story of what happened to you. And I just want to get some basic facts correct, which is
Sure.
that Brad Penny offered you, I believe, $500. Was that?
Yep.
Yep.
Brad Penny offered me $500 to drink a gallon of milk in an hour. That is correct.
And you did it in 59 minutes is what we read.
57 minutes ish, and I threw up all over the place.
Yep. Where did this take place in the building, just so we can paint the picture for everybody before we get to the litigation side of this?
I don't even remember, at Hard Rock Stadium or whatever you want to call it. Joe Robbie, pro player. I don't even know what it's called anymore. In the kitchen. So the kitchen was tiny. It couldn't have been any more than like a 10 by 10 little room. And I was sitting on the counter, and I had to sit there the whole time. That was part of the deal. I couldn't move or do anything or go to the bathroom. I sat in the corner by the coffee machine and drank milk for an hour.
How much did you love being a Marlins bat boy, Nick?
Oh, it was great. I mean, it's every American kid's dream, you know? I mean, who wouldn't want to hang out with their idols every single day for 80 games? You know, it's awesome.
And so when you barfed everywhere, did you have any sense in that moment that your dream, the American dream, was in jeopardy?
Absolutely not. I was told that nothing could happen to me because I was just throwing up. I didn't kill anybody. I didn't beat anybody up. I thought I was good.
David Samson.
Killer of American dreams.
I killed his American dream, Pablo. Do you think maybe it's a little much?
No.
No, I see where Nick is coming from. And Nick, let me ask it to you very bluntly then. How long have you waited for the opportunity that you have right now on this show?
Oh, probably 20 years. I mean, David Samson never, ever actually face-to-face told me what I was getting suspended for. I never was called to his office. He never said anything to me. So I'd love to hear his side of the story.
Coward.
I've been driving to Disney World today, so I don't really know what's going on the show.
Well,
The most magical place on earth.
it's been happy and magical in its own right.
Hopefully David Samson doesn't ruin that dream.
I'm going to stop him from
You
going
might.
to Disney.
Hold on,
You might.
we're holding a 20-year delayed HR meeting, David. And
Here.
it's you and Nick and me and Dominique.
It would not have been my job. It just would not have been my job to be in that room. So I feel no guilt over that. You can make me out to be the bad guy for not talking to him to let him go, but it's
Nobody's
quite
making
common.
you out to be a bad guy. You have an opportunity.
Whose job is it?
It's not
When you
even.
trade-
It's not
when
even
you
a
trade
GM.
when you trade a player, or cut a player, they don't you don't talk to them and say, hey, see you later? Like,
I'm sorry, but you were not a player.
What?
I'm not saying
You
that.
worked in the
But
clubhouse.
that is
Meant
your
something
job.
to the team.
It is your job.
It
I
is.
mean, you're the GM or whatever you want to call yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I will
know?
call myself the president, and the GM
Sure.
would not. My guess is the GM did not meet with you. If I had to guess, it would have been the
Mike Hill
clubhouse
didn't meet with
manager.
me.
Mike Hill-
Absolutely not.
Right.
Mike Hill did not meet with me.
Right.
You guys were afraid to come meet with an 18-year-old kid. I really don't
Terrified.
understand
Coward.
why.
We were.
And I don't even
Yeah,
understand
Dominique.
why I got suspended.
Is it possible you still work for the team?
Me?
You never got fired.
You never got fired if you're suspended.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was fired. Absolutely.
Okay.
100%. But they actually fired my brother who worked in the home clubhouse.
What did he
And he had
drink?
nothing to do with it.
Did he barf?
Damn, everybody had to go.
You fired the whole family, David?
Listen.
I mean, come on. You let the I mean, why did I get suspended, David? I mean, let me know.
Let him know.
'Cause
We want to find out the answer, David.
I do not feel it is appropriate for you in your capacity as a ball boy to be sitting for an hour drinking milk and then vomiting.
What about his brother?
That's what was presented to me, and I was in favor of the suspension and firing. But if you're going to accuse me of not doing it personally, I apologize, but I cannot possibly personally fire everyone who gets fired. There's not enough time in the day. That's all I'd be doing.
so
Turnover is
So-
crazy.
so you let me go where I got suspended for drinking milk? Is this really where we're at?
Yep.
You go.
So,
Or was I suspended for gambling?
Remember
I
what
mean,
you
because
said
I'd love
at the
to
time.
hear. I'd love to hear it. 'Cause,
Nick's-
I mean, we could talk about this all day.
Nick's only been waiting 20 fucking years, David.
I hope we do talk about it all day, to be honest with you.
Sounds good. Get comfy.
Can I ask a question, David? If Nick didn't barf, would he still have his job?
Yes, because I probably would never have found out about it. Because there was stuff that went on with players all the time, and there was stuff that I would it would never get to my desk. It would never get to the GM's desk, and you know this very well. There was stuff that would go on in the clubhouse all the time.
You guys knew everything that went on in the clubhouses.
We did not have a mole the way you all think we did. We did come down often, and we knew what was going on. But there's stuff that Silver or Brian Greenberg would not have known about, or Rock Hughes today. There's stuff that we would not know about that goes on.
Everybody knew what was going on down there.
Nick, what's the craziest thing that happened in the clubhouse while you were there? Do you have a great clubhouse story?
Careful, we're live.
I mean, some of them are inappropriate. I
Okay,
don't want to
never
talk
mind.
about
Moving
my
on.
crazy
Yeah, family.
clubhouse stories. You know,
Moving on.
that's a thing for another day. I don't want to out anybody.
Well,
That's not why I'm really here.
Let me ask you a question more specific, though,
Yeah.
about David, Nick. What was David Samson's reputation in the clubhouse as you understood it?
I mean, David Samson didn't really talk to us. We were peons to him. I mean, he thought he was a big shot. He didn't, you know, if I said more than 6 words to the guy my whole entire career for the Marlins, that was a lot. I mean,
I think that there are many team presidents who speak constantly to visiting clubbies.
yes, there are probably many. You're right. You were not one of them.
Nope.
I worked for the Marlins for 6 years. I worked for another team. I had a personal relationship with the team president. He would say hello to me every day.
Wait, are
I'm
you
not
saying
saying
that
I
I
need-
walked past you and ignored you? That is not accurate.
I wouldn't go that far. I think it's pretty accurate. I'm pretty sure that pretty much is accurate.
Well, I hope that your memory is not ruined of the time that you served and the dream that you got to have
No.
fulfilled for when it did. I think you had a great 15 minutes that most visiting clubbies do not get when this happened, and I hope you look back at that fondly.
Appreciate it. I mean,
How's Letterman?
it
Was
was
that
great.
fun?
It was a great run. Listen, I thank Brad Penny for getting me on TV. It was awesome.
So does any part of you, Nick, blame Brad Penny as well as David Samson for the way that your time with the Marlins ended?
Absolutely not. I have nothing. I have no issue with Brad. Brad did nothing wrong.
Can
in
I
my
try?
eyes.
Can I try
Every-
one question? Is it possible that you want to thank David Samson because you got to go on Letterman?
I didn't hear that. What was that?
Is it possible that you want to thank David Samson because you got to go on David Letterman because David Samson fired you?
I mean,
Huh? Hug it out?
I don't know if I want to thank him, but I mean, I'll thank him.
You don't have to. I was just wondering.
I mean, sure, why not? I mean,
I love
awesome.
you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate
Oh, you
it.
found a picture.
I mean, I
of
don't
it.
know if I would have got on TV without you suspending me,
I would
but I
say
did lose my job.
Yeah.
So
And how did
really-
that lead to the downward spiral in your life?
The downward spiral in my life.
Potentially, yeah.
Oh, I got a job with another team that liked me a little bit more. It is what it is.
Oh, so upward spiral.
Did you get a World Series ring? You said you were there for 6 years, and this happened in 2005.
Yes, I got a World Series ring in 2003.
Okay.
it would appear that would be thank you worthy, but what do I know?
Why'd you fire his brother?
Yeah, why'd you fire my brother?
I have no
Allegedly.
recollection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't recall.
You just get the whole family out because he might undermine.
Yeah.
What's your-
Try to get some revenge.
What's your relationship with dairy, David? Maybe there was
Game
something
of
more. at
Thrones.
play
it was a
here.
cinnamon bet.
With who?
With dairy.
Who's Derry?
Dairy,
Milk.
like milk,
Milk.
yeah. Like
Oh,
maybe there's a
oh.
lactose issue here. Maybe
No.
there was like an envy that
I
he
mean,
could drink
listen,
a gallon of milk or something.
Listen, we could have spun this a good way. I mean,
Yeah. It's not too
we
late.
could have had a milk sponsorship or something.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why not?
Well,
the milk.
This does bring us to a question, Nick, that I've been wanting to find out the answer to ever since we started the show, which is it actually possible to drink a gallon of milk in an hour without vomiting?
No, it's impossible.
Yeah, I'll take your
Whole milk is impossible. I've never tried the other stuff.
Wait, you tried it
did
again?
it with wait, hold on.
No.
You did it
just
with
that time.
you did it with whole milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it with whole milk. I didn't try it with 2% or 1% or any of the other things.
He's a real one.
No,
Yeah.
that's the gig.
Yeah, you
is
can't-
whole milk.
Well,
I mean,
I don't know. See, the problem is I drank it. And I didn't eat anything, so I didn't have anything in my system to soak up anything. So I don't know if that was the problem.
Would you want to do it again, maybe, when you're back from Disney World? Or
I mean,
Or now?
we're here all
sure,
week.
I'd
Yeah.
do it again.
All right. So
I'd do it again.
Nick Cirillo, you're gonna come back on the show, and we're gonna figure out a
$500
way
$500
to
bucks.
When
stream
Dan's
this.
back, yeah.
To stream you having an hour to drink a gallon of whole milk.
Well, you can do it here in the studio. You still
Absolutely. Wait, yeah, Nick, where are you based?
I'm in Fort Lauderdale.
All right, you're
Okay.
coming into studio,
local? Well, pending the lawyer's approval.
pending legal review,
Yeah.
and you're gonna have an hour to drink a gallon of whole milk with rewards to be decided, but involving both financial and perhaps justice-related consequences with David Samson.
I think it'd be an amazing thing to do, but I would like to just slow Pablo down because we work at a company,
Yeah.
and it is highly unlikely that this is going to happen. So I don't want our audience.
Why is it
Pablo,
unlikely?
you did not work here during the pepper incident.
Yeah.
We're not doing this again.
Pending lawyer's approval.
Yeah, let's sign some waivers. We got
Exactly.
it. We good.
It's fine.
There are not enough waivers that are written. Now, I think it'd be amazing if you did it yourself and showed video, though we're not telling you to
Don't
do it.
do that.
I don't think you should do that at all, personally. And on behalf of Metal Arc Media, LLC,
Wow.
it is unconscionable, unreasonable, and very dangerous to drink a
Are
gallon
you
of milk in an
firing
hour.
Nick again right now?
Sounds like
I
it.
just
Yeah.
And you're welcome.
I think he's just afraid I could do it.
I think so
I
too.
think that's what I'm
You're
hearing.
damn
also,
right,
to be
Nick.
honest
You're
with you.
damn right.
I don't think he wants to pay up is the problem.
I will give you the. I'll put the $500, which I have in my bag, on the table right now.
Well, no, it's
sound pretty
520
scared,
years
Samson.
ago.
Yeah, inflation
I think you're
adjusted.
It's like
Listen, we
40,000
can go
now.
do it in an undisclosed area. It's all good.
Yes.
You can sit there and watch me do it. I'm not worried about it.
Back alley milk drinking
That's
competition.
right. With dice. Can we throw dice too?
Whoa, what does that mean?
So
We can do whatever. Throw dice,
Craps?
play cards, whatever you want to do.
Wait,
We can play
nobody?
craps.
Oh, God.
As long as it hits the wall, we're good.
Oh, you'll be playing craps, all right.
You don't crap with it. You don't have time.
more walls will be hit. I'm also confident.
Absolutely.
So Nick, at the end here, I guess just to clarify, any hard feelings towards David?
No. I mean, what kind of hard feelings am I have towards the guy? Like I said, if I said more than 5 words to him my whole life, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't really know him other than what I read in the media and what people say about him.
Yeah.
So I don't really have a real judgment against him. I mean, I am a little pissed off. He ruined my baseball career.
Yep. Ruined.
Right.
I mean, I was waiting for my 10 years. You know, I could get my benefits. But they
That
cut
is
me
actually
short down
true.
there.
You cost him a
Damn.
pension, David.
They
And his
cost me my
brother.
pension.
Yeah, and his brother.
They cost me and my brother a pension. I mean, time served. It's kind of bullshit, but whatever. Now I got to have a real job and work like a real person, I guess.
Milk?
The least David could do is meet Nick Cirillo in a back alley, undisclosed, somewhere in South Florida, so he can watch him drink a gallon of whole milk in an hour and then possibly be vomited upon.
That's it. You got to catch it.
Nick, what's your favorite team? Maybe David can take you to a game.
My favorite team? I'm a Yankees fan. I was born in New York. I've always been a Yankees fan.
Do you want a Don Mattingly signed ball?
No, you got to up a
Tom,
ball. You cost him his pension.
I could give you one, David.
Perfect.
Oh, I got $500 in my bag right now.
Well, I'm just saying that we'd be I don't actually, but we'll be able to pay up the bet.
Okay.
Because Brad Penny would be good for it.
Yeah.
And
You
so
are
would
too?
we.
Well, he's not mad at Brad Penny.
He shouldn't be mad at Brad Penny.
What color was the barf?
White.
That's what I thought.
PTFO, folks. Make sure you get Pablo Torre finds out wherever you get your podcast.
It was I mean, I did work after I did that. I mean, I did go right to work after I threw a ball over the clubhouse and it was cleaned up.
Who cleaned it?
I didn't really have much of a choice. You know, I'm working. I got to go to work.
That's right. He had a dream to live.
I'm a dream crusher.
Absolutely. I went, picked up some bats, did what I had to do, cleaned some shoes, did some laundry, made sure the players were happy.
And
It's all good. Listen, at the end of the day, all a bat boy is a gesture for the clubhouse. Those players, they want to laugh and have a good time. If you can make them laugh and have a good time, you're golden in there.
You're doing your job.
They're playing for tips.
Got fired for doing his job.
Yes.
Lost his pension and
Doing
the
his
American
job.
dream.
Or the whole thing. I ruined his life.
Speaking of hitting the ceiling of this particular show, joining us now over Zoom is Brad.
Whoa! We did it.
Brad!
Brad, welcome to the show. David Samson is sitting next to me. We've been investigating a story that
You look great, man.
that I wonder how much you recall about. The story of you paying $500 to a now former Marlins bat boy and him barfing very white barf all over the clubhouse, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, you cut out on that first part, but yeah, I was shocked. I mean, David laid the hammer on that poor kid. At that point, it was, well, let me think, it was 10 games for steroids and how long for milk, Samson?
6 games, Brad.
6 games, that poor kid. Are you sure that's all that was?
No, it was forever.
Why are you laughing?
It was a lot more than 6 games.
Man, you look great.
Thank you. I appreciate it. How
Good
you
to
guys
see
doing?
you. It's great to see you.
Way to change the subject. So did you agree with David Samson's decision to eliminate this poor guy's pension over a little bit of a little milk vomit?
Absolutely not. Not even. I mean, the kid still did his job. He did throw up, but then he moved on and did everything he was supposed to do that day, and he didn't miss any work. So, no, I didn't agree with it.
Brad, did you supplement his income once he was let go?
It's not his responsibility.
Because you felt badly?
Not his responsibility.
I think we all kicked in quite a bit. Yeah, he probably was way better off.
Part of the story.
How much did David Samson kick in?
He actually might have fined the kid and taken some of that pot from him.
Fucking penny.
Brad, did you know that David also fired and eliminated the pension of his brother? We learned that from Nick.
Of who?
Nick's brother.
Oh, so he got both of them for the milk.
2 for 1, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds like something David would do, though. I mean, you know that risk when you work for him, right, David?
Every day is a new day, Brad. You could be with us. You could be traded. You could win a ring. You just never
That's
know.
right. That is true. I'll never forget when I got traded, guys. You'll love this. I went in there, and this was right after we won the World Series, and we kind of, as a team, we talked. And I went in. I think it was Mike at the time, maybe Mike Hill. I went in there and said I would take a discount if we could keep this team together. And literally within a week, I was gone.
Wait, we just argued about taking discounts with LeBron James earlier in the
David
show.
was on the other side of that
David
argument.
on the other side of the argument, and
Brad,
of
in
course.
all of our years together, never once have I heard you utter the words "I would take a discount."
You calling this man a
It
liar?
was 100% true. I talked to
Who
Mike
did you
about
want
it.
us to keep? You wanted Pudge back? Like what? What?
No. Just the core group, just us. You know, me and Josh and those guys. I think it was Mike. I talked to Mike and I said, "Here's what I'll take to stay." And I mean, I'm actually worked out better for me because I got about double what I would have stayed for.
You're welcome.
Everything
Thank
about
you.
money, David.
By
Thank
the
you
way,
very
judging on where you're at, I just would like to say things worked out very well for you, Mr. Penny.
Yeah, for people not
I was-
watching, he seems to be
I was
patrolling in a state of some sort, which looks beautiful.
I'm trying to. I got 4 kids, so I'm trying to find a spot where I could possibly not be interrupted.
How did you settle on $500 as the amount of money you would pay Nick Cirillo if he did not barf milk all over the clubhouse?
So it was just a bet, and it had been going on, you know, for a little bit. And we said, we'll give you, it was me actually. I said, Nick, I'll give you $500 if you can drink this milk and keep it down for an hour. And I mean, it took him to the very last minute to get it down. And I mean, it was hilarious. I can't even explain to you how hard he threw up.
Please try.
I mean, I can't. It was. I mean, it was a good. And it was in the
What kind of exit
physical
velocity
function.
are we talking on
Oh,
that?
big time. I mean, it was. I've never seen anything like it unless it was on like the Exorcist movie.
Yeah, Law Jangle.
How many
It was
heaves?
unbelievable.
How many heaves? Was it 2, 3 heaves? What would you...
Just one long stream.
Whoa, dude! We thought he
I
would
mean, it
die.
was-
He could have died. Just on a side note, never mentioned before is the fact that he could have died.
Man,
Could have.
No,
He
he was
didn't.
fine.
I mean, everybody could die.
You think the $500 may have come from your per diems?
I don't know. I know this. I know you were so concerned about that kid dying, you fired him.
Exactly right. I'm a good guy. I don't want anyone to die on my watch. Unfortunately, it didn't work out
Die
that
on
way,
your
but-
own time. Oh, David.
but
Brad,
that is how that was the Brad. I can't believe you
has
found
has
Brad.
has anyone successfully? I'm trying to find out the answer to this question. Has anyone ever successfully chugged a gallon of milk inside of an hour and not vomited?
Not on my watch. I've done it several times, and no one has passed that test.
You did it more in your career or since
of
you
course.
retired?
Don't tell who you did it because David will
In my
go
career.
find them
In
and
my
try
career.
to fire them.
As a Marlin, when you were a Marlin, you did it again?
Nope, I did it at other organizations.
Got it.
Good answer, Brad.
And I assume
I
it's
wasn't.
true.
I wasn't even on the Marlins when I did it the first time. I was with the Dodgers. I was in the visiting clubhouse.
Did anybody get fired or for that time?
That was the time.
The time with
that,
he was
Nick
visiting.
got fired.
Oh, that
You know,
was the time. Okay.
I would have done it as a Marlin, but I thought I'd get released.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Who would ever do that?
I would only have done
I
that
would
if
never
you,
do that. Working for Samson, I knew that I better wait till I get traded.
Brad, before we let you go, what is your favorite ride at Disney World?
At Disney World, I do go a lot. I got a lot of kids. Man, I don't know. It's been a while since I've been there.
Ratatouille.
We usually go to, I like the Tower of Terror.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
I always talk about my.
That's a good one. Guardians. of the
Brad, thank you.
You got it, man. No problem.
Brad Penny,
So
thank you
good
for
to see you.
completing our investigation. We can all rest now that the truth has been found.
The Tower of Terror, also known as David Samson's office.
See you, Brad.